What's up, party people? How are we doing tonight? All right. There we go. Hey Barb, how you doing? Come on, where'd it go? Weird. Shared weird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Weird. Meh. You're meh. I can appreciate that. Alright. I should do another sugar skull. Thing was awesome. Put Frank where he needs to go. So this is where we ended up last time, right? Like, I could leave it like this and be fine. Wine bottle's not going to get out of this hole in the bottom. But I want to close it up just to keep it nice and finished. And then the chainmail portion of this will be done. And I would want to finish up using these rings that we had as extra. And that'll be a nice nice way to finish off this bottle, using up every last, well, as many rings as I can. That I don't have too many left, so. All right. Let's turn Frank on. All right, why do we have a shadow there? Weird. Huh, that didn't seem to affect it really. All right, well, whatever. So I made a bunch of trapezoids for the base of this, and I'm going to extend them into triangles now to try and make them nice polished triangles. I'm a sick puppy. Why? Because I'm turning Frank on. I'm just talking about the camera, Barb. What are you talking about? All right. Let's get a little closer here. I would never say anything dirty on this show. So once I'm done with this, we'll throw it in the tumbler and let it tumble for, oh, I don't know, a little while. Get it all nice and smoothed out. You're not the one talking about turning Frank on. What's wrong with turning Frank on? It's just a camera. Oh. Now the tumbling process will take a little bit. Probably, I don't know, leave it in there for a day maybe. And then, hopefully, I have a lot of stuff I got to do this weekend. My weekends have become my time. I got to move these rings real quick, they're in the way. My weekends become my time to get all my computer stuff done. It's like work during the week until it's time to stream. Well, no. Work during the week. Get the kid. Come home. Thanks for the likes, Sarah. I appreciate it. Get dinner. Get the kid in bed. And then come downstairs and stream. And then I go to bed to do it all again the next day. Alright, I could take stream time and work on computer stuff, but if I did that, I would be up like way too late every night. Hey Sarah, how you doing? And so I stream and then I go to bed basically. Finish up whatever stuff around the house that's got to get done that night, like prep the coffee or get the dishes done or whatever. What's up, Justin? I'm doing okay. Had a nice evening off. Had some friends from, I went to school with these guys from like 5th grade through my junior year, and they were in the area and decided to come visit. And they came, we had some pizza, we chatted for a couple hours, and then they're going to be back and forth from Idaho to here a couple times, so I think next time they come out, I'll drive down and see them. And so my friend is he's a cancer survivor. He started having children at a very young age, and he told me that he is about to be a grandpa. Apparently his youngest is got a kid on the way, which I'm very happy for him, right? But I don't necessarily envy him. I'm not ready to be a grandpa yet, to be quite honest. I just thought that was funny. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So, but it was good to see him. It was nice to take a night off. I think that was important too. Like, my elbow wasn't killing me nearly as bad today when I got started. This is going a lot quicker than I thought, which is good. So now we got to start figuring out what we're going to work on next. I got plenty of rings to use up, so it might take a while to get through them all. Plenty of projects to work on. I am just happy to have used up some of these rings and like give them a good home, you know, whether it's here with someone else, whatever, and that they're not taking up space in my basement here. So that's a nice, it's a nice change to be like consciously getting rid of stuff or using up supplies, or, you know, so we got slammed at work the last couple days. One company dropped a bunch of patients and my company picked them up. So now we have like 10 new admissions we got to get done, which is, it's a lot of work. It's a long visit, and then it's a lot of work like afterwards. Awesome to hear, bro. Oh. Hell yeah. I do hope you like it, and I hope you get a lot of good use out of it. Once I finish up the leather work on it, which isn't significantly complicated, I just got to get it to look right. It's cool to watch me work on it. Well, thank you. I'm glad you get to see it. You love my hoodie? My PBR hoodie? This is a very old hoodie. This hoodie is probably 19 or 20 years old. And it's like, you know how with some, here, let me show you. Yeah, with some, like, I don't know, where they press on a vinyl decal onto a shirt, right? And it like fades over time. There's almost no fading on this, right? Like, this part looks brand new. The rest of the hoodie hasn't survived as well, but it's done pretty good. PBR is your fave. PBR stands for Pabst Blue Ribbon. There we go. It's a beer. when I was a wee lad, I worked for a distribution company that did all the microbrews in town. And okay, let me tell that story first. Come on. I worked for a distribution company, so I'd get up at 4, go to work by 5, and then head out, get my route, and go to all my stores, and grab the beer from in back, and then put it out on all the displays. So we had beer and water, like Aquafina and Red Bull and Sobe, and a couple other like tea or juice drinks, and then almost all the microbrews, right? So if you get a microbrew in Boise at the time, you were most likely getting it from us. Well, my best friend's dad was one of the lead salespeople of the company, like sales manager, and I got this hoodie from them for Christmas. So it's, some PBR was handing out gear, and he picked some up and gave it to me for Christmas, and that's how I got it, and I've had it ever since. So what I was gonna say is that we've got these dags on here, these triangle pieces, and I was tempted to undo all the seams that are currently there and just leave them as triangles pointing towards the bottom. Let's see if I can show you what that would look like. And then just have them all attached to one center ring. No, not that way. Right, so all these dags would point towards the center, right? And it would kind of be a cool effect, but I don't think I'm gonna have to. I think that if I seam them all up as is, it looks like I might have a center ring anyway. We'll see. We'll finish this up. Seam these together. And see how it fits. So if I hadn't already done half the seam work on it, I would be like, screw it, yeah, let's leave it open. But and that will all come to a center ring there going through here. Now let's hope I have the right size center ring to hold it in place. I'm sure I can find one. And it'll be a clean look, as opposed to a more striated look, I think. I don't know. Hi, Cara, how you doing? How is life treating you, Cara? How have you been? And another thing, by making the seams go all the way up, right? It's gonna make it a little bit tighter on the bottom, so we may not have. There was like some excess over the edge of the wine bottle, but we may not have that. Good, your parents got their first vaccine dose today? Good. It's a relief, I'll bet. Tomorrow you get to interview people who want a job and make them miserable? Not really relishing making them unhappy so much as you are glad you're not in their position. I hate job interviews. I applied for a number of jobs at the local VA here, and their interviews are like round robin style. And they'll ask you like a situational question, like when have you identified a security risk, and what did you do about it, and what did your leadership say when you made the recommendation, right? And it's all these really random scenarios, and I don't particularly like that. It's a committee interview done over Zoom. Fun. No, thank you. I don't relish being in those people's positions either. You know? I really, really don't. Those are evil questions. And, like, after the third one, I was like, people gotta be just bullshitting through these answers and are better at thinking on their feet than I am. Because these are... I don't understand the point of these questions. Right. Like, I went looking up on YouTube how to do well in these interviews, because I was getting frustrated because I'd applied for several jobs and I had, preference points. I should have been able to get a job at the VA, right? You would think, as a nurse, especially when they had they were doing a whole bunch of nursing hires, like as a float pool, where you're just on standby. You go in and train, and then you just wait on standby for them to have some hours for you. It's like, nope. They didn't even want me there. So I don't know. I'm not convinced that that's a good interviewing technique. People do bullshit and you can get training to be better at bullshitting interviews. Yeah. You hate the ones about having difficulty with a coworker and how did you fix it? What if the coworker was an ass? I've had a few of those. You train some of your students in basic interviewing bullshit tactics. Nice. Alright, what is going on here? Okay. I think that's it for the bottom here. It's probably easier to put an actual wine bottle in here and see. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? I should go get training. I don't know. I just don't think I want any of those jobs anymore. All right. I think that looks like we're missing a ring in here. Hang on. come on. As if the coworker being an ass is your fault. I should charge $500 for this. Thank you. All right. I am not charging anything for this, actually. Just, you know, some love and appreciation from a friend of mine. All right. Okay, now I think that's the last ring on the bottom of this. I wonder. Okay. What ring size do you think we can fit in there? Here. Maybe, I'm gonna guess 16 gauge 5/16. Do I have any of those remotely handy? Haha! Alright. This wasn't planned at all. I literally am just guessing at whether or not this will fit. I can make chainmail to sell. I have booth setup equipment like stands and stuff, and I would like to do booths with MailleWerX one day. I probably won't include any chainmail in that, just the prints. So I don't, like, don't get me wrong, I get where you're coming from, but I do not want to be in the business of selling chainmail. I just want to do it for fun. Okay. That may be too tight. I don't know. Maybe not. I can get these 3 rogue rings in here. But thank you. I do appreciate your compliment. I just, like, this is physically taxing on people. And while I enjoy doing it, right, like, I don't want to try to make money with it this way. And I would hope to sell this, let's see here. There's 4,000 rings in it, roughly. Right? How does that look, everyone? That looks nice and clean on the bottom there. It's not a bad look to it. Ta-da! Here. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Got the holes for the leather straps we're going to put on. We're going to make some belt loops for it. Thank you, guys. All right, Barb, have a good night. Excuse me, that was disgusting. It's done. Well, this part of it is. I need to move this. No, this on the side is fine. So I need to move it over to the front where the leather straps would be. But then, like, the leather straps will be coming up here and here. So if he's wearing it on his left, if it's hanging this way on his left side, right, and then he'll want to, you know, bam, there goes, there comes the wine bottle. All right. See if we can get this strap through here. Be glad you did not hear your gassy noises. That's funny. It was, I think it was a video on TikTok. Some teacher farted in a Zoom meeting with their students, and someone was like, "What was that?" And a little girl goes, "I think she farted," and the teacher just turns beet red and just dies. It was pretty funny. Come on. All right. It's like trying to get a what do you call those things? It's like trying to feed one of these through the fabric tube on your hoodie. That's what it's like. You know, for all the technical challenges that this thing came up with, I'm really happy that it's done. You know? I don't think anyone else has made a tunnel or a tube out of chainmail for a leather strap. I think this is a first in chainmail development. Alright. You know? And then we'll put one more through the tunnel down here. I like it. I'm gonna take a hanger and run it through. Yeah. Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna get, like, I have some chainmail stuff laying around, and I'm going to, thanks for the like, Diane. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna try and stamp some chainmail patterns into this. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. It'll probably just look like I don't know what it'll look like. We will see. So I think that's going to be a cool effect if I can get it to work. And then, so 2 straps and like a frog to connect it to, and some belt loops, and then stamp it and dye it and call it a day. Put the rivets and the buttons on, and it's done. So hopefully I'll have this finished up this weekend. Now comes the tricky part, right? Okay. It's a Chainmail Muppet Man. Oh. Hi, guys. It's a Chainmail Muppet stream. Oh, I'm so sorry for subjecting you to me, but thank you for being here. The hell was I saying? Oh, okay. So this is done, right? Just want to punch somebody with it. Once the leatherwork is done, it's all ready to go. The trick is going to be getting me to go to the post office. Right? Oh, you know what? Let's see how much this weighs. I got a scale over here. It's not important how much it weighs. I was just... Someone asked me earlier how many rings and what it weighs, and I was like, I don't know. Alright. I have lost it. I've been working on this project too long. Where'd my scale go? Where did my scale go? That's weird. I'm probably looking right at it and can't find it. Okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. It was on a chair. Oh, man. My little plastic runner down here has a hole in it. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to put these away. We didn't quite get through all the remainder of the rings, so we got, I don't know, not very many left. That much left. Used up about half of what we had. Who knows, they may come in handy someday. If the FBI ever raids my house, right, not that I expect them to or anything, but if they do, right, let's just say situationally the situation arises and they say they found like drug paraphernalia inside my house, they'll think it's for weed, but you guys will know it's for weighing chainmail. Let's turn it on. Oh, that's not too bad. 2.19. Ah. Interesting. That's not too bad at all. Especially, like, I thought we had added a lot of weight since the last time I weighed it, and the last time I weighed it, it was like 2 pounds. So it's weird that it's now only 2.19. But that's good. You know, the less weight you're carrying around on your belt at anywhere, the better. But of course, also, you're going to have a wine bottle in there, hopefully full of something alcoholic. You'll vouch for me only if I roll a fatty? I don't even know how to roll a fatty. I'm not anti-weed, I've just never smoked it. Excuse me, okay. Where are we at here? So once upon a time, I had a whole bunch of stuff stacked up on my desk, and then I cleaned, and I moved a bunch of stuff. So I thought I had a little bit more of some more options of projects that have been laying around for forever within reach. I guess we can just chat and do some cleanup stuff. Just joking, of course. You don't have to joke about weed. The it's still illegal here in Wisconsin, which is interesting because they legalized it in Illinois. Now everybody drives across the border, which is like 15 minutes south of me, and then gets pulled over coming back. So I don't know if they're just got cops down in Illinois watching the weed stores or what. And then they just call up to the Wisconsin cops on the border and pull them over. I don't know. The moral of the story is if you smoke weed or if you buy weed in Illinois and come back to Wisconsin with it, don't use the interstate, I guess, is what we've learned. Alright. I'm just going to take this little dangly off. Make a cube. I want the right ring sizes for a cube. I would like to make a large one. You signed up for a post-Christmas gift exchange, and the dude you gotta sign loves to smoke. You don't smoke and allergic, but you bought a Cheech and Chong pipe as his gift. Nice. Nice. I'm in a lot of art groups. One specifically dedicated to weed, and it's funny because they'll be like, you have to say, like, you have to spell it out, O-U-I-D, weed. I guess it's French for weed. I don't know. Because otherwise, that's how they avoid Facebook censorship or something. Whoa. Whoa, you drunk, Frank? Frank's tanked, everybody. I have a bunch of stuff lying around that I haven't put back together since I put it in the tumbler. Now these, hard to tell. I think that this is from Home Depot. I don't know though. I don't rightly remember. I don't necessarily recommend them for wallet chains, but I have one on mine and it's worked pretty well. I've only ever broken one. They have the ones at the key station in the little packaging, and then if you go around the corner in fixtures, they'll have some that are all stainless back there. which is where you should get them from instead of from the key counter. Jelly cubes are fun. Frank heard all the marijuana talk and got overexcited. Oh yeah, for real. All the beeping is my foot massager. These are the 16 gauge 5/16. They're square wire rings, but they're offset, right? So the flat of the ring isn't the edge, it's the corner of the ring that's the edge, so they make a diamond shape. They're all right. So here, I'm gonna throw this on the floor so I remember that I'm done with it. I think I need to take these off to get tumbled. No, you're not hearing things. It's a foot massager that I use while I stream. It's off now. How bad is it through the microphone? Yep. All the talk about weed made Frank fall. You even spelled it right. Nice. Yeah, they're stainless steel, Bobby. These are square rings, yes. But the flat part of the ring is the edge. I think these big pliers are too big. I'm gonna have to break down and these will go in the tumbler with the wine bottle holster. And then I will put them back on there. On the clasps, the keychain clasps, when after they're all nice and shiny. I put off buying a tumbler for a long time, and that was dumb. I should have bought one like right away. It's definitely audible. It's microwave loud. Like microwave when you're waiting to eat, or microwave when you're trying to sleep loud. I think that's an important distinction. It's full Persian. This is. I tumble them with I call it a fart, right? And it's Frankfurt Arsenal rotary tumbler. A fart from Midway. If you go to the Midway website, you can get your own fart for about $100. And I mean, it works pretty well so far. There's a bunch of different tumblers on the market, you know. Don't go broke trying to buy one, but also it's kind of a buy once, cry once item. But yeah, a Frankfurt Arsenal rotary tumbler. They're used for shining, getting brass for reloading shiny. Alright. I got like this giant thing of JPL that I have no idea what to do with. I should probably just turn it into keychains or wallet chains. Or you know what? Actually, what I'll do I'll take some of the wallet chains that I have and I'll add this as a second chain. That is what I will do with it. That is a good idea. All right. I don't know if that needs to be taken apart. I don't know what this is doing in here. Oh, this was in a jar, and I had to put tools in the jar, so I took it out of the jar. So I guess the question is, what am I going to do with it now? I don't know. All right, come here, Frank. Sorry if you guys get nauseous easily. I don't think that goes to that one. I tumble them in water. Like you put however many rings you're in there. I wouldn't put more than a third full. Water just over the top of the rings. A spoonful of baking soda and a couple drops of Dawn, and then I just tumble it. Waiting for the chicken pot pile out. That's funny. You have a cheap tumbler from Harbor Freight. Hey, whatever works. No, I don't have any shot. Do I make starter straps? I don't know what you mean by that. I have no idea where I got the hardware. Probably off of eBay. These shackle clamps. They're not stainless, they're plated, which sucks, but... Alright, Sarah, have a good night. In your stainless are all the metals for tumbling. I've tumbled pretty much everything with that, and it worked out. I'm trying to figure out what I used to... Oh. Okay, I see. I see what I did. Okay, this is gonna be fun to figure out. All right, let's see if I can figure this out. You got starting weaves. The stainless ones are expensive. The stainless clasps of any kind, yeah. But, you know, they don't lose their plating and then turn into an ugly mess. So I would pay more for stainless. In fact, I've got this pile of necklaces over here, and I had a bunch of clasps on them, and I'm going to replace all the clasps on them with a stainless upgrade, because now that they're all like shiny and polished, I don't want to put some crappy little Hobby Lobby clasp on them. You know, even if they just sit here in my basement and I never take them to a show of any kind, I would much prefer to have stainless on them. You know, because having the amount of chainmail in my basement comes in handy when you need a quick Christmas gift. So I'll just keep it down here and give it away one piece at a time. No, I don't use a starter for starting any of my weaves. I'm sure it would help on some weaves. Stuff I've forgotten, like candy cane cord or JPL. But generally, a quick glance at the Mail Artisan's website, you know, and I'm good to go again. Half the stuff I've made uses like all the same weave. Like I got a lot of elf weave, I got a lot of interwoven 4-in-1, and I have a lot of Byzantine, right? Bunch of full Persian. I got a bunch of rings I'm gonna use for, oh, what's it called? It is called the fireworm and the ice worm, and I think I have the ring size for that. So Frankfurt Arsenal Rotary Case Tumbler Light or Frankfurt Arsenal Platinum Series Rotary Cast Tumbler. I don't know. I think it's the first one. The case tumbler. You only use a starter for JPL 5? Yeah, I'll bet. You love JPL 3? Nice. You love... JPL 5 isn't hard if you know JPL 3. I don't know JPL 3. I've done it. But if you sat me down with the right ring size and everything, I wouldn't be able to replicate it. I'd have to figure that out all over again. I am at best familiar with it, you know. Oh my gosh. All right. That ring doesn't want to close. Let's see here. I really don't have anything else that's... Goodness gracious. These are like 12 gauge rings. They're kicking my butt because I can't get a good grip on them. There we go. There we go. like that at all. We're going to go about this another way. Probably what we should have done from the start. I guess none of these rings want to play tonight. See, now if this whole piece were stainless, I wouldn't have had to take it apart to put it in the tumbler, right? I could have just thrown the whole thing in there and called it a day. But since the clasp is not stainless, I think we only need to take one of those off. Nope, we're going to take both of them off. Come on, man. I need new pliers. Let's see here. I have new pliers. All right, these 16 gauge 1/4 inch rings reminded me that I have a bunch of 16 gauge 1/4 inch black and stainless steel, all woven up into a big E4 in one piece I was working on for a shirt. And then TRL stopped selling them. They haven't had their blackened rings in stock for quite a while. But I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I can just take the blackened rings that I have right now and use them in conjunction with some stainless 16 gauge 1/4 inch rings, right? And like the chest and the back are all black, and I can figure out a way to do the shoulders and the arms out of it. So here I thought I had this giant sheet of chainmail that I was gonna have to take apart. Do I wear any chainmail? Yeah, I have a whole jewelry box full of chainmail upstairs. Because I am a nurse, I wash my hands constantly, and so I don't wear it like to work or anything. I have some duckbill pliers. Make sure that's straight. You just like working with anything bigger than 16 gauge? Yeah. The Harbor Freight ones you have is a pain in the butt to get the top off and on. I prefer rotary for chainmail. That's my personal opinion. I've also only used rotary for chainmail, so take that opinion, with a grain of salt. But from what I've read, I understand that rotary is better for polishing rings. Vibratory may be better for polishing finished pieces. I think that's think I have read someone say that. But I don't know personally. You've been toying with buying a tumbler? If you're planning on making any kind of chainmail long term, even if it's just for yourself, I highly, highly recommend it. I put it off for years. I thought, oh, it's something I don't need, you know. I can just wash with soap and water and everything's okay, and it's not. It's just not. I was oh so wrong. You don't know if you'd use it enough to justify buying one? I bought one and I probably tumbled my money's worth within the first couple of days of using it. You work with at least 85% anodized stuff? Yeah, I mean, you can tumble that stuff for like 20 minutes to shine it up a little bit, but you have to be real careful with that. I work with almost no anodized stuff, so maybe one day. Alright. Kind of successful reattaching of that, of this bracelet clasp. That's better. You get that? You're a retired hospital staff employee? You're in environmental services? Yeah. I just like taking jewelry on, taking it back off, getting hand sanitizer all over the jewelry, right? Like I don't wear it daily. You're at the point where you're weighing how long would it take to save enough to buy a tumbler if you buy stainless from TRL instead of from Josh? Yeah. That's a good question. Yeah, here. Oh wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Alright guys. I think this gets tumbled too before I run off for the night. Because TRL's non-anodized rings always need tumbling. Yep. Always. They, you know, they're working on their product. Getting a better website. Getting better ring quality, more consistent ring quality, better at having products available, so we'll see what the improvements look like, you know, in a year. I'm knocking stuff over. But I would get a tumbler. Just if only to tumble finished pieces, right? It's a nice way to cover up some scratches and give things a nice finished polish on them. You tumble the BA from TRL, it works really good. All right, I'll check my messages, Bobby. Hang on. Yeah, that's the one I have. That's the tumbler I have. You have never tumbled anodized aluminum Should you be? I'm not qualified to make that determination for you. My understanding is that if you tumble anodized aluminum for too long, you will remove the anodization from the ring. Right? That's not... A lot of people have done it and succeeded in removing the anodization off there. So you can, from what I understand, tumble it, you know, by itself, a little soap and water for like 20 minutes, and then pull it out and dry it off. You could even dry tumble it for, you know, a couple minutes. I don't know. You'll have to experiment. You've had trouble with TRLs, bright aluminum, and out there AA. Their AA has other issues like bad cuts and burrs. You can't really tumble it enough to get rid of the burrs without losing the color. Yeah. Yeah, $100 is about what I bought mine for, I think. So, where are we at here? Alright guys, well, I tell you what, I'm super happy that we finished this this wine bottle holster. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out with me as we put this together. I'm gonna throw it in the tumbler. I should do that tonight. I should do that right now. And then I will work on figuring out what the next project is gonna be. I got a Raiders flag I gotta finish for my buddy. I got a giant inlay laying around somewhere that I gotta work on. Bunch of stuff to take apart and reconfigure it. So lots of stuff to do on top of all the rings laying around, just to make everything look a little more professional. Thank you, Car. I appreciate it. It was a decent sized project. That's a hefty chunk of chainmail right there, you know. Say goodnight, Mr. Holster. Good night, Mr. Holster. All right. I will talk to you guys all tomorrow night at the latest Saturday. All right. So you guys have a good night. Thank you for all the comments and engagement and hanging out with me. All right. And, you know, in general, just chatting with me while I sit here and work mindlessly. All right.